Today, we have a problem. That problem is we are stimulated by triggers all around us that push us towards the shaitan. In which way? For example, some people say, I am not an individual who feels in pain or feels bad when I commit a sin. When I, God forbid, transgress against Allah, I don't feel that sense of guilt. Why? What's wrong with me? Why is it that I don't feel bad about it? It's very easy. You know what the Prophet of Islam says? He says, when a believer commits a sin, it's as if a huge rock has landed on their chest. When a disbeliever commits a sin, it's like a fly that sits on their nose and they push it out. There is a problem. That problem is a result of two things. Number one, what today has been called as triggers and stimuli. Let me give you an example. How shaitan has a plan which is formulated for each and every individual. He knew exactly the weakness of Umar ibn Sa'ad, and he knows exactly our own weaknesses. I am watching a movie, for example, which I think to be normal movie, about action movie. There is a scene that I am not supposed to look at. There is a scene which is haram. What happens is, when I look at that and I think, and the shaitan may come to me and say, it's only a few seconds. Yes. If I look at that, already the trigger has been stimulated. Already the thought has been implemented. Next time, when there is another movie which has much more offensive sites Islamically that we are not allowed to look, I have much more of a courage to look at it, because I have already submitted to it. It starts very gradually. Because, sometimes people say, do I look at, for example, a haram movie altogether? Yes? Without any preludes? No. It grows, it strengthens as time goes on. You see, for example, today YouTube has a lot of benefits, no doubt. We can watch majalis, you can watch, for example, Quran, dua, matam, azadari, nasheed, remembrance of Ahl al-Bayt. Has many benefits. But there are these suggestions on the right-hand side. These suggestions on the right-hand side. Don't underestimate how shaitan has a share in YouTube. These suggestions and others or messages that you get sent are all triggers and stimuli. Don't think that it's a small clip or a short duration. Think about the impact it has on your soul and how your soul is then ready to go to the next level. How your soul is then ready to see more, to listen to more. God forbid there is a music that is haram. Yes? You listen to a little bit. Next day you will listen to more. Next day you will be okay with it. And that is why sometimes we take these sins very, very lightly. Because we have reached a stage in which our souls have been desensitized from sins. In that, we don't feel it anymore. It's like general anesthetic or local anesthetic. Dentists, they apply local anesthetics. We can do whatever they wish on the teeth and you have no idea. There's no pain. Doctors, physicians, they do the same for the body. If it is localized or if it's general. We don't feel the pain of sinning because we have injected ourselves with that anesthesia. That anesthesia is the lack of taqwa and God consciousness when it comes to small acts of disobedience. That small acts are very detrimental. Amir al-Mu'mineen says, don't look at the size of the sin, look at who you're sinning against. The realization therefore is that Umar bin Sa'ad would think with himself, this is an opportunity for me to be a governor. This is an opportunity to have an area in which my father conquered. This is my aspiration in life. It started that way. It didn't start with the idea that go and kill Hussein. Go and kill his companions, yes, and we'll reward you. It started with temptation that draws the individual towards that particular heinous act.